selection of underground nuclear waste site in Colt, and this is in the Toronto Star, and it's Eagle Lake First Nation, and they're seeking a judicial review of the nuclear waste management of organization's decision to select the township of Ignis and Wabigoon Lake Ojibwe Nation as the repository site. And this is by Sandra Pazik, the Canadian Press. So this is a Canadian Press article, and they're in Northern Ontario, and they're challenging the selection of the nearby region. Of a nearby region. That they should have had a say in the manner as the site falls squarely within its territory. So that's a Section 35 of the Canadian Constitution. Eagle Lake First Nation has filed an application in federal court. Judicial review. Was the decision was announced in November after Ignis Town Council and Wabigoon Lake Ojibwe Nation both agreed to move forward, but Eagle Lake First Nation said it was unjustifiably rejected as a host community and denied its own right to consent to the project. So this is a case where this might be a case where First Nation would have agreed or might have agreed to a site had they been properly consulted. Yeah, so like consulting Indigenous, having informed prior and informed consent to project is important, and free, prior, and informed consent, and Canada doesn't do that in practice. A lot of the times projects are imposed, especially resource development, and consultation is consultation isn't consultation if the answer is already provided. The NWMO NWMO Eagle Lake so I'm just seeing what NWMO means. Okay, so it says NWMO. Wabigoon Lake Ojibwe Nation rejected the Eagle Lake First Nation as host community and not for any fair, justifiable, or defensible reasons. Members of the First Nation had raised concerns about the nuclear waste site. Court documents filed last Friday There's bad faith accusations. The NWMO, a non-profit body funded by the corporations that generate nuclear power and waste, said it is reviewing the legal challenge. And spokesperson noted that nuclear site was chosen after extensive study and community engagement, which established that the site is safe and that the host community understands the project. There's more. And then there's a quote, we have always been open to engaging with any First Nation interested in this project and welcome the opportunity to continue to build on past discussions with Eagle Lake First Nations. Carolyn Fell said in a statement. And then the project is $26 billion. Process began in 2010. 22 potential locations. Narrowed down to 2 finalists in Ontario before the Inglis Wabigoon Lake Ojibwe Nation area was ultimately chosen. Eagle Lake First Nation and Wabigoon Lake Ojibwe Nation were one nation until at least 1932. The territories overlap. And then it is squarely within Eagle Lake First Nation territory. The First Nation said that it met with the NWMO at least 10 times. And there was a potential to cause significant impacts on the Eagle Lake First Nations whites, including through developing such feel of the area that it drives land users away and dislocates them from their harvesting areas. Grassy Narrows First Nations expressed concerns about the underground repository when it was announced. Transport and disposal of nuclear waste could cause irreparable destruction to our lands, rivers, and our way of life. And then Chief Clayton Whittlin of Wabigoon Lake Ojibwe Nation said the community's role in hosting the nuclear waste site was one of the most important responsibilities of our time. And then said that it could only continue if it could be proven to be built safely with respect to the environment and in a way that protects the Anishinaabe values. And then they didn't have a statement about the Eagle Lake First Nations legal challenge. So, yeah. I think this article demonstrates that the importance of engaging with all First Nations, Indigenous people, and a territory, and not be selective. Let's see.